Auburn is not an NCAA tournament team. We are now less than 2 weeks away from Selection Sunday. Let's take a look at the bracket and how we stand right now. First off, we're just going to run through the number one seeds really quick. We're holding the status quo. It's Duke, it's Michigan, it's Arizona, it's UConn. Florida is knocking on the door, but that top four stays the top four for right now. Let's look at what really matters, though, the bubble. First, our last four in, and it's Ohio State. You did it. You finally won the big one. A blowout loss to Iowa early in the week isn't great, but most importantly, the Buckeyes beat Purdue. Northwestern has also moved up in the net rankings, so now Ohio State actually has 2 quad one wins. We've been beating the drum about them having none for so long, and now they have 2. There is still time for things to change with games against Penn State and Indiana to end the year, but right now the Buckeyes are in the field finally. Next up, it's TCU. While everyone else seems to be running away from the bubble, TCU is surging forward and just notching win after win after win. They've got 4 quad one wins on the season and early season losses to New Orleans and Notre Dame. They do still hurt. That's a Q3 and a Q4 for the New Orleans game, but the win over Florida on a neutral site looks better and better. That's one of the best wins in the country. Next up, it's New Mexico. One of the best games of this past weekend. If you didn't watch it, you really missed out. New Mexico taking on San Diego State out in the Mountain West. New Mexico came out on top and knocked off San Diego State. They're now just a half game back of Utah State for the Mountain West lead. They're 2-5 in quad one games, but they are 6-1 in quad two. And lastly, my final team in the field is going to be Santa Clara. Their regular season is over. We're looking at the WCC tournament now, but they did what they needed to do in the regular season. They won every game not named Gonzaga and St. Mary's. However, they did get that one win over St. Mary's, which is huge to at least get one out of those 4 games. Moving over to our first 4 out, we're going to start with VCU. If only they could have beat St. Louis the other week. Their 0-5 quad one record does keep them out, but they do have a couple good A10 games coming up that they can try to force their way in. There are some other metrics that really like this team. Don't be surprised if they go the bid thief route instead and just force their way in. Similarly, San Diego State, if only they could have beat New Mexico, they'd be flipped with them and in the tournament right now. They did have a huge win over Utah State early in the week to stay alive, and they're 2-5 in quad one games. Auburn, right now, today, this is just not a tournament team. I don't want to hear it anymore. The Ole Miss loss is my last straw. I understand the quad one wins. I understand the strength of schedule, but with 14 losses, it's a no for me. They have to win their last 2 regular season games and likely 1 or 2 in the SEC tournament to even have a shot. Indiana, yikes. 2 games at home gave the Hoosiers a spot to do something, and they just couldn't convert. They lost to Northwestern and Michigan State. They're now 2-11 in quad one games and somehow only 2-1 in quad two. The path is there, but same thing as Auburn. This just is not a tournament team right now. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. We're 2 weeks away. Auburn's not a tournament team. Indiana's not a tournament team. You guys try to convince me otherwise.